All right, so welcome to part one of how to be a faster boxer. And this stuff is pretty much scattered throughout my blog. If you were to read the whole thing and collect points, you'd probably come upon all this information, but I figured it'd be a good idea to consolidate it. If you were to ask the question, how can I be a faster boxer? I wouldn't give you all the stuff that is in my blog. I would pretty much just give you this stuff. And it's assuming that you're already working from a base. And it also is assuming that you have some room for improvement. I mean, if Mayweather was to ask me that question, or Pacquiao, it probably wouldn't apply. They'd probably already be doing it. So, hopefully that, there's a little bit of room for you to see some improvement and you can take this information. So, the first most important thing about speed, hand speed, and speed overall is that it comes down to all components together, not just, you see some videos, 40 punches in 1 second, and guys are doing that, and that's great for this, but it's not really good boxing. So in this video we're trying to incorporate boxing together as a whole. So the first most important thing that you need to be a faster boxer is you need good, efficient technique, offense and defensive technique. Usually efficient technique means the shortest possible technique that you can apply to get the job done. So, if I want to throw, let's say, a right hand, or let's say I want to throw a hook, if this will get the job done, then that's all I need, as opposed to this getting the job done. Or if I want to block, this is going to get the job done as opposed to this, right? Or this is going to get the job done as opposed to that, right? Then I want to use these short, efficient techniques to get the job done. Part of it is that you need to be taught the right technique. And, not everybody is, but hopefully, with jab, cross, hook, uppercut, overhand right, slipping, you know the right technique, or you're willing to work on it. But really what good technique comes down to is awareness. So let's say you're throwing the left hook. If I throw a left hook, there used to be this guy who would come visit our gym, a fighter before, and he wasn't really our coach, but he'd go around and coach everybody anyway, and he'd yell out, "No swinging, no swinging." He'd just be yelling, "No swinging, watch your swinging." Because there'd be guys on the bag doing this, right? So a hook isn't a swing. Basically, if I bring my hand out here, if I bring my hand straight out, right, I should, right from this spot, be able to turn and get a hook. Or if I bring my hand out here, I should be able to turn my body and generate an uppercut. Same like here, right from nothing, I can generate a jab. So one of the best ways to fix this is really watch yourself close in the mirror. A lot of people have giveaways. A lot of people, when they throw a shot, especially the jab, they drop the hand before they go. Look at that, look at that. See that? Okay? If you watch it slow-mo, you see me doing this. A lot of guys pump, and then the jab is coming. They're there, they start pumping. Oh, here comes the jab. Okay, so when you're in the mirror working, you want it just to come from nowhere, out of nowhere, just from nothing forward. You move, you just surprise yourself almost, right? Same thing with the hook, okay? Don't let it come outside your body. Uppercut, right? You want it to be efficient, and even anybody can become more efficient. In the beginning, it's going to suck. You're going to feel weak. Just keep working on it. Efficiency also means not every shot has to be full-fledged like this, right? You can throw short punches, right? That's why you have head movement. Okay, not every shot has to have that chin, hand back to the chin. You want to throw, move your head after. Okay, move your head, keep your head moving. Short punches. Right? Remember, the song, Y'all Must Have Forgot, Roy Jones hit Percy Harris with 4 hooks at one time. Well, he didn't throw them like this. All right? Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Short punches are all right once in a while. So, efficient technique. Clean. Short punches. Okay? No wide stuff, okay? Work on your technique. Pay attention to it. Don't neglect it. Don't pretend that It's all good. Spend some time in the mirror, watching yourself. Watch to see if you load, drop, pump, if your body braces itself. Watch for those giveaways. You should just look like you're just floating along, and then a jab just comes out. That's how you should look. Nobody should know a jab is coming, you or your opponent. Okay? Efficient technique. Second one is your total output. Now, I know like boxing is not exactly running, but you know, the first thing any runner, when they want to get speed, they want to run a faster distance, faster time. They want to run, you know, the 5K faster. They say, you know, what kind of miles are you putting in? You know, pick up your miles and pick up your total distance. And the same thing goes with boxing. Efficiency comes from the work you put in. The work you put in pretty much comes from total rounds. Total rounds usually equals total punch output, right? Chances are, if you do an additional round, you're going to throw more punches than if you did one less, because most people tend to go at the same pace. Unless you really know you're going to be doing the extra round, you're going to cheat for the first few bunch of rounds. But you know, you're not going to do that. So what I recommend is track your weekly rounds. Shadow box, anything where there's a punch involved. Shadow box, double end bag, speed bag, heavy bag, pad work, sparring, or any other kind of punch out drills you do. Track your weekly output, right? How many rounds do you do in a week? And try to up that 25%, right? Or up that 10%. Aim for 25%. See, don't do it all in 1 week. And see what happens to yourself when you get there. Up your total rounds. Another way you can look at it too is, you know, film yourself for 4, 5, 6 rounds. Count your punch output. You know, how many punches are you throwing per round? I mean, in a real boxing match, it gets pretty intense. Punches are flying. You need to be efficient. You need to throw more punches. So, you know, you may end up throwing, let's say you work in the bag, you're throwing maybe 180, 200 punches a round. Let me see if you can take that up to 250. If you can get up to 300 punches a round with movement, that's some pretty high intensity bag work right there. So, you know, look at your total rounds, look at your total punch output, try to increase that. That's going to increase your efficiency and your technique. That's definitely going to have a big impact on your speed, no question about it. Okay, number 3. Throw your punches in training the way you want to throw them in the fight. So it's surprising. I don't know why a lot of guys, they shadow box like this. I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe they're warming up. I really don't know why they're doing that, but you gotta shadow box, you gotta hit the bag, you do pad work, right? Double end bag's a little bit different. Speed bag, you can work it. You want to throw those punches just how you want to throw them for real. So if you want a certain amount of speed, right? Try to push that speed. You're gonna feel yourself. You're gonna feel yourself get uncomfortable. You're gonna feel your body get tight. You're not gonna like it. You start pushing that speed. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to throw non-stop. Just boom, 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 fast combos and moving. Boom, 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 fast combos and moving. You get to about the second or third round, you're going to be huffing and puffing. You're going to want these rounds to end. But this is how the fight's going to be. You know, you get into the later rounds, it gets tough because the speed you need to generate is at a higher level than what you're hitting on the bag. Because you're moving, the guy is moving, he's blocking some. You're trying to hit as hard and as fast as you can. So you need to simulate the experience of the fight by throwing fast. Throw your punches fast. In shadow boxing, you shadow box, come into the gym, people should think there's a ghost in front of you. People should think there's somebody there in front of you that you're mad at. That's how you want to be throwing your shots. People are going to think that there's somebody right in front of you. That's how it's got to be. It's got to be real. So don't do this. Don't do this kind of stuff. Okay? And if you've been going 80%, looking good, push it. 90, 95. Punch how you're going to throw in the fight. All right, number 4. Get better at seeing punches coming. And, I mean, it's a given. But when you see that shot come, it's coming. You can't wait for it to get there. Or it doesn't even have to be finished. Boom, you're already coming back with your own shot. Right? Or you see that shot coming. If you got good hands. You see that shot coming, boom, you're already throwing your own shot. So, you know, this is a lot of experience. It comes from experience, but it also comes from thinking and thinking about it. After your sparring sessions, don't be just upset or happy. Think about what's going on in your sparring sessions. Think about the movies, what happened. The guy who threw the uppercut and caught you. The guy, the tall guy with the good triple jab, boom, 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 pumping you, always tapping you on the forehead. All right, how are you going to get away? You're in the line at Walmart, person next to you is going to throw the right hand. Cashier throws a jab. Right? You're always thinking shots coming at you. Okay? You know, one of the most common combos out there, jab, jab, right hand, or on a southpaw. Jab, jab, left cross, jab, jab, left hand. Right? Boom, boom, here the southpaw's coming. Jab, jab, here comes the left hand. I can't wait for it to come. I'm going to throw my right. Or jab, jab, I'm just going to throw my right. So the better you get at seeing punches coming, the faster you're going to seem, because everything is going to be happening for you in slow motion. You are going to be landing, you're going to be throwing faster, you're going to be reading the play, and you will be faster from seeing things coming at you that much better. And that comes from experience, but it also comes from absorbing the experience. Once you have sparring, you know, once you're working drills with your partners, they're throwing shots at you, right? Boom, boom. Get used to seeing all this stuff coming at you, and so it just becomes second nature, right? Boom. Okay, you're moving your head and throwing your own stuff. Number 5, work on your footwork. Improve your footwork. Huge, big time. Your footwork gets you from A to B, okay? It doesn't matter if a guy can't move. It doesn't matter how many times he can do this in 1 second. If he can't move to me, he can't hit me. If he's not good at lateral motion, right? There are guys in my gym, they were great boxers. You move to the right, their whole game plan's out the door, right? Some guys just aren't good at moving. And so if you're able to work your footwork, a good example of that is the Mayweather-Marquez fight. I mean, Marquez probably had hand speed on the inside just as good as Mayweather, maybe even better. But you know, Mayweather is able to control distance, speed with footwork from distance. One way to make sure that you can improve that footwork speed, get a little lower in your stance. A lot of guys are locked up, too tall. When you're too tall, your knees don't have any bend, they don't flex. You can't travel, right? If you're already low enough in your stance, that's fine. But if you're kind of standing tall, locked up, get the dip in your knees, get that flex. You're going to be able to cover much more ground. Watch the Mayweather-Marquez fight. I mean, the distance between the two, Mayweather pretty much controlled the distance. And that's another key thing, is being able to have speed. Forget about hand speed. Foot speed, controlling the distance, in and out, like this. Okay, so work on your footwork. Spend a lot of time on drills, in and out. Boom, working your footwork, working your range, getting used to your range. Okay, fakes, setups, and then your feet, and then you go. Okay, it's number 5. All right, that's part 1. Part 2 is coming right up.